Hey y'all, welcome to the Birmingham Real Estate Market Update. This is the 35th week of us going through and looking at the Birmingham real estate market in terms of inventory and in terms of activity and sales, and really getting to a granular level on what's going on in our market. And then the other thing that we do is look at more broad research data and what's going on with stimulus, kind of things that are happening nationally that can affect us here in our market. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got a note here that I am doing a webinar on investing in the Birmingham real estate market. I think probably most of you who watch this know, but probably at least half my brokerage clients are investors. I do a good amount of investing. I've probably done 50 transactions for myself and another 100 for clients in the last 3 or 4 years. And so those kind of span the range of a little bit of everything: flips, rental properties, owner financing, all kinds of different apartment buildings, all kinds of different transactions. So I'm doing a webinar on the 15th of December, and really just kind of covering the Birmingham market and specific strategies, and really going to kind of tailor it to who signs up. So if you're interested in that, it'll be in the evening. We'll probably go from like 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time, and sign up. The link will be in the description below on this YouTube video. So would love it if you would show up and we can spend some time, working on investing in Birmingham real estate. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Rob.h.drum. I'm a real estate broker at eXp Realty here in Birmingham, and I do these videos every week. I'd love it if you would sign up and subscribe on YouTube. So last week we had 462 closings, and that compares to the same week the previous year at 497 closings, so slightly lower. But if you've been watching this show, you know that these numbers always get revised higher. So really that's probably slightly higher, going to end up slightly higher than the numbers for last year. So pretty strong showing for Thanksgiving week. And by the way, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. And then on the inventory side, we had a drop again to 3,010. We're almost going to break under 3,000 active listings in our MLS. We had a scare here where I wasn't able to, they changed the way we are able to find data on our MLS, and so I didn't get the numbers for that week, but we have been seeing a major drop since the start of COVID that seemed like it tapered off, and then now it's going lower, but that may just be kind of a seasonal drop in the number of people that are wanting to put their homes on the market. That's pretty normal for this time of year. So we also have less homes under contract, which is also normal for this time of year. So next week we'll get the numbers for November. We'll get these stats for the month of November, which will include home price appreciation, which has just been off the charts. So we'll see if that continues, and we'll see if transactions continue to kind of run ahead of pace. And today there is some data that one of my clients actually asked me about, and then also helped me find some information to share with y'all. The non-current loan rates. This is data from Black Knight, which is a mortgage data company. They put out this really great report that until this week I wasn't really familiar with, but they've got information on delinquencies, foreclosures, forbearance, kind of all the goods that you might be curious about if you're wondering about the strength of the real estate market. And I just wanted to share this one kind of chart with you that shows here Alabama. These numbers this is non-current, and that's just anyone who is either delinquent on their payments or in some form of foreclosure on their loan. So non-current, and this is actually ranked in terms of lowest amount of non-current to highest amount of non-current. And what's kind of interesting when I look at the numbers for Alabama is that we're in the, I guess, lower third in terms of non-current mortgages. But if you look at year-over-year change in that number, we're not very much higher than we normally are. So what that kind of tells you is we have not been impacted, at least in terms of our loan payments, we've not been impacted as much as some other places where the number is up, say 146% year over year. So that's pretty interesting. For the state of Alabama as a whole, I couldn't find data more granular down to Birmingham to see what that looks like, but you can see that, and this is another thing, all the foreclosure, this is covered in the newsletter too, that all the foreclosure numbers are extremely low and the delinquency numbers are higher, and they kind of go into that. So it's just something to think about, that we are going to see a wave of foreclosures just because no one's been able to do a foreclosure basically since March, or it's been very difficult for them to get a foreclosure done. So there's at least 8 or 9 months already of foreclosures that are just normal in the normal course of foreclosures that would pop up that haven't been able to get done, so, or been kicked down the road. So at some point they'll do those, and there will be a wave. It may not be with forbearance and with all that, it may not be kind of exacerbated by COVID, or it might, but we'll see. But there will be a buildup and a backlog of homes that are going to be foreclosed. So that's something to keep in mind as you look at the market. And in this case, you can look at our specific, at least our state specifically. So the other thing I want to mention, we're in a window right now for the Revive Alabama Plus grants for small business owners. A lot of people who watch this show and who I talk to every day are small business owners. And this is the second round of this program. I don't think they even used all the money the first round they had this program. So this is the second round. Grants, what it is it's grants for small business owners in Alabama up to $20,000. You've got a really tight window at this point to apply. The application started on Monday, and I think it goes through maybe the 1st or maybe next Friday. I have to look at it. But you definitely want to get on applying as fast as possible if you plan to do that. There are, some stipulations about what the money needs to be used for and what your status needs to be as a business in Alabama. But as long as you follow those, it's a pretty straightforward process to apply for it. And then the other thing that we're definitely keeping an eye on is return of restrictions. I haven't seen too much about that around Birmingham or heard much of it around Alabama, but I know nationally it's an issue and it could bleed into our market here. And then also keeping an eye on the COVID vaccine and that implementation and research around that, what that may mean for all of us going forward through this kind of crazy time. So thank you all for watching today. Again, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and would love it if you guys would subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next week. Thank you.